I wish you wasn't here so I could steal your intro music. But we are back. Welcome to another Moms at Night. Wait, let me make sure I'm live on Insta. All right. We are live. Let me know if you can hear me because if you tuned into Moms at Night last week, I did a whole live and it was completely muted. So I don't want that to happen again. I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to gather and let me know if you can hear me and then we can get started. And let me make sure I'm live on Facebook too. All right, we are live everywhere. Welcome to another week of Moms at Night or another night of Moms at Night. Hopefully, you got your kids to bed. I feel like every Wednesday, my kids give me a hard time because they know what time it is. So I really hope to bring you Moms at Night a little earlier, but we're going to make it do what we do. That's what we do, right, moms? So last week, I was talking about girls living their life and the ramifications of living your life. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to kind of double back on that or choose a different topic, but this I just keep seeing videos about this. So we're going to go through a couple videos. I want to know your take on, do you think young girls should live their life before settling down and getting into relationship and having a family? Last week when I spoke about it, nobody heard it. So let me know if you think that it's okay. It's something that needs to be had. Is it a rites of passage for women? Or is it a recipe for disaster? All right. And I have a couple videos, and I keep seeing these videos. I keep seeing it. It is kind of having me sway into, I get a lot of pushback like, oh, Kim, girls got to live their life. And, like I'm from the old school or something. But the more I see these videos, the more I'm like, all right, yeah, maybe girls should not be living so much life. So I'm just going to check, make sure I'm live everywhere. Audio is good. We got the soundboard happening. Next week, I promise, I found my intro music. I'm gonna have my husband put it together. I'm going to be there next week. You see the pink. Anytime you see pink, you know what time I'm on. I'm on Moms at Nighttime.
Let's go. Been in the house 10 months, 10 weeks, 10 days. Welcome to my bedroom, baby. This is where the lion lays. Been in the house 10 months, 10 weeks, 10 days. Make sure you take your shoes off, baby, before you walk into the cave. Welcome to the cave.
Can you hear me? Right. All right. So well, I feel like I could hear myself before. Now I can't. So the first video, thank you. The first video we're going to get into. Can you mute it though? But can you see the video I'm watching clear?
The boxes is it's like I'm seeing too much of the video. Like I'm seeing
The side. Okay. Thank you. All right. So the first video we're going to get into is a video by content creator Anton Daniels, and the title caught my eye. Five things I learned while having herpes. Like that should not be a title. I don't know. Maybe I'm from a different generation where herpes just wasn't a casual talking point. But I believe herpes is a symptom of young girls living their life. So let's get into this video by Anton Daniels.
Third, while having herpes. One, it is not your fault. I know that sometimes we tend to blame ourselves or just overthink ourselves and to thinking that it's our fault for being put in a situation that we're in. It's not your fault. It's a lot of people who have it. It's very common.
I'm not trying to get hate, but if you contract herpes, whose fault is it?
So don't beat yourself.
Now you get herpes while in a relationship from your partner. It's not your fault. But if you're outside playing, it's your fault.
But
Hold
two.
on, wait a minute. Let's go back to point number one. You know, usually I like to watch the whole video, but apparently she got 5 different talking points. So we're gonna have to break this up and make sure that we mine this out successfully. And I always like to give content or credit to the content creators before I even talk about this stuff. So if you guys want to go and check out her content, her name is China with a Y. China with a Y. I'll definitely link back in the description of the video to her TikTok profile so y'all can be able to subscribe to her TikTok and stuff like that, whether I agree or disagree. But it's definitely your fault. It's definitely your fault that you have herpes. One of the problems in the United
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's your fault. You have herpes, it's your fault.
States of America is that we tend to not take ownership and responsibility of the things that we do in the circumstances and the situations that we put ourselves in. If you are a person that is out here being promiscuous, if you are not married before you have sex, and I know y'all like to say, well, that's not normal anymore, whatever. Well, then that means that you got to deal with whatever comes with you.
I'm sorry I don't have food prepared for you, my love. Thank you. Damn, in 10 years?
Always said that no matter what happens, good or bad in my life, it's my fault. It's my responsibility. I have to own it. And I am the reason, or I'm going to take ownership, whether good or bad. So I always, we like to take credit for the good stuff. Oh, it's me, that's all me, whatever. We don't want to take responsibility for the bad stuff.
So
how is it not our fault just because y'all normalizing it? And just because a whole lot of people got it, don't mean that I want it. I'm not interested. Nope. Not interested.
Wait, Ange, can you hear me now? Because hey, Toot, can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Because last week I was live the entire time and nobody could hear me. I don't want that same thing to happen. So I see you, Ange. You said you can't hear me. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, good. All right, I'm gonna get back into the video. If you guys can't hear me, I'm gonna try to keep checking Instagram to make sure that I'm here. You asked me what camera I'm using. It's some type of Sony. Sony something. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Let's get back into the video. Hey, Candy Cane. That's my big sis, y'all. All right. And Rich said I'm trying to get hate watching this video. I'm not, but I am on a mission to have young girls to stop living their life. Like I don't think you have to have a whole bunch of different experiences, actual experiences to before you settle down. I just don't. Sorry.
At all. And what we see happen in this society. Rule number one is your fault. It's definitely your fault.
It's your fault.
I want to emphasize that. I want to really press that down into y'all. And I know that y'all like to be a part of the herd and part of the group. Oh, everybody got it, so it's not a big deal. No, it's still a big deal, and everybody don't have it. It's a lot of us out here clean with a clean bill of health. My chart is popping. I'm gonna have a my chart party. It's definitely y'all fault. Let's go over and see what these next ones are.
Habit is very common, so don't beat yourself up.
Beat yourself up.
2, what you eat has a huge impact on your outbreaks. So pay attention to your bodily sensations, certain things that you're eating, because your body will let you know when you're about to have an outbreak. 3,
Yo, outbreaks is wild to me. Y'all just be having outbreaks and then y'all got to pick and choose when y'all can have sex and stuff like that. And do y'all warn somebody, hey, I'm about to have an outbreak. I'm bumped up down there.
Yo.
Miss me with that shit. Ain't a person in the world that I want to rock out with that's having an outbreak. Listen, we just not equally yoked. Let's go ahead and keep it moving.
rejection is God's redirection. It don't always feel good to be rejected. I can speak on my part that rejection was the hardest part for me. Being rejected because of the stigma of it. But I promise that God has a way for you and that everything's happening for a reason.
Why does it feel like people...
We are not about to bring God into our herpes outbreaks. Like, am I the only one that sees a problem with that? Everything happens for a reason. Like certain things, I don't think God should be involved in. And I think that's one of them. That's one. And I see your comment. Life was life, and I'm going to call you.
People are running in the Victim Olympics.
And I like Anton Daniel videos on the strength of like his reaction. A lot of the time, it's like he says what I don't even have to say. Like he be thinking what I'm thinking. I have a love-hate relationship for him, though. I'll get into that another day.
People are not rejected because of the stigma. People are rejected because not interested in getting herpes. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. It's not a rejection because of the stigma. And I don't think that God hasn't. Honestly, if you really want to know my opinion, y'all that's watching this, and I'm just speaking in general. I'm not speaking to her. I'm just speaking to her talking points. Trying to be nice out here in these streets. I believe that a lot of these diseases come as a result of being disobedient to God's word. And so y'all can't do what you want to do. Have sex out of wedlock, sin, sleep around, and be promiscuous. And I know that there are circumstances where people cheat and all of that. That ain't what we're talking about. We know that most people are getting it because they out here having sex unprotected and they having sex out of wedlock. You can't step outside of God's will and then say that it's God's redirection. That's not how the word works. The word can't go against itself. And so when you sin, you got to deal with the consequences of it. And that's not of God. That's of the...
Oh my God, Angie, you got me laughing with your comments. Angie says, this is very cringy. This is wild. He is funny though. Yeah, it is very cringy. And I know this is a cringy topic. I hate to be the one to have to bring it up. But legit, when I be seeing people like having rosters and just sleeping around with multiple people, all I could think about is like, is nobody afraid of catching herpes? Like that's literally what I be saying. Angie says that's assuming you believe in such. That is true. Yeah. To each his own. Oh my God, Angie. I'm about to send you a link. She said double bumped up down there. I believe you should just be careful and protect yourself. That is true. But it's like herpes that could be also spread orally, right? So it's like how can you really protect yourself from that? I don't know. Houses to sell. Hey, welcome. Um and please let me know if you're available, top one, because your comments are cracking me up. I need you to help me react to this. Let's get back into it, y'all.
The devil. And so, I know we like to put a positive spin on it, but y'all got to stop blaming God for y'all decisions.
You just have to let things be.
Mm-mm.
4, you will find your people, whether that be relationship-wise, friendship-wise. The right people will come around and you won't have to question their intentions or how they feel about you because they'll just prioritize you and your well-being. So
I don't think that has any relevance. I guess y'all need support groups and stuff like that, just like anybody that's having problems sexually or whatever, or anything that's going on in their life. I don't need to know that you got herpes in order to be able to be cool with you or work with you or have a conversation or whatever. Like, you can keep your own personal life to
Hey, Ed, are you trolling me? Are you trolling me right now?
yourself. The only person that need to know is the person that you eventually are supposed to marry or whatever. Like that. I don't know. And I guess y'all finding a community and stuff like that on TikTok. I rock with it. Do y'all thing. I'm cool with that. I ain't got no problems with that.
the things that you're going through now, just take it on the chin because it's better people to come. And 5, prioritize your health over sexual desires.
All right, this is the last point. Prioritize your health over sexual desires.
The person that you're dealing with should be getting checkups, should be going to the doctor. They should be managing certain things that they're eating, certain products that they're using, because evidently their health affects your health, if you didn't know, down to the type of body wash they use. That needs to be a priority for anybody that you're dealing with because it affects your outbreaks as well. And it's just important.
I guess my thing is, we not getting back to the core root of it. And the core root of it is that we need to stop being so sexually promiscuous. And if we wasn't so sexual.
A.N. said number 5 should have been number 1. I could not have said that better myself, Ange. Number 5 should have been number 1. Number 5 should have been zero got no higher. Like before all of this, you should have prioritized your health before your sexual desires. That's why this video was even created. How do I get back to this? Sorry.
Fully promiscuous, then we wouldn't have to worry about this. And this is another benefit to living right and being married and all of that stuff. I just ain't got to worry about it. Every person that y'all run into, you basically rolling a dice and it's a crapshoot. Even if you find that person and they clean at that moment, by the time you sleep with them or by the time you sleep with them again, because for me, either you're married or you're single. And so there is no situation where most women have somebody that they dealing with, whether, they married or not, because people can't do things the right way and they refuse to do things the right way. And because most people have somebody that they're dealing with, you always gonna find a situation where people are suffering as a result of it. And I don't rock with it. I don't I don't understand why people are willing to risk it in order to see it through and then know that you're gonna catch something. I was talking about in Houston, how, and I don't know where this girl is from.
Like, is it just me? Am I old? Am I from a different era? This topic is like living in a twilight zone. Angie comments. Yeah, I do feel like I'm living in a twilight zone. Sometimes I feel like it's because I've been out of like the dating world for so long, or just this whole dating climate is different. Like from when I was in my 20s to the now 20-year-old that's out here dating, like it's just a different climate. Everybody sleeping with everybody. Like it's just way too fluid for me. It's way too fluid. And that brings me to my next video. And I'm sorry to be doing these cringy topics. I don't want to be this person, but I do want to scare young girls like to really be mindful when they're out here dating. Like, unless you want these type of problems, maybe, just maybe, you should kind of slow it down. Don't just be out here casually riding carousels. Like, be very mindful, be very vigilant, and be intentional when you're dating. All right. Candy Rain says, I feel bad for women and young ladies trying to find a good, solid relationship. I do too. And Candy, can you offer any insight to how young girls can maybe have success in the dating world? Angie says, this is called Moms at Night. It is. Although I'm kind of I don't know, I kind of want to change the title just because the topics I've been talking about and also the people who I've had call in it's been no moms. It's been actually two men. So I don't know. I may change the name. But please elaborate, Andrew, on why you're saying this is called Mom Night. It's called Moms at Night though, because I'm a mom and it's nighttime. Yeah. I don't know. I have another name in mind, but now it's like I'm on episode 5 of Moms at Night. This is the longest I've ever been consistent with anything except motherhood, hence the title. All right. So the next video we're going to get into is also by Anton. It's the last one I'm going to do it by Anton, but Anton be coming through. And he's somebody who's been married for 20 years. So he kind of has a old school mindset and just and he's Christian. So he has a lot of those like foundational, I guess, morals that he lives by. So I kind of like some of his videos. Very inspiring. But let me see if it goes to it.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, yeah, our young girls watching. It's called Moms at Night. That is true, which is why I may have to change the title because yeah, I realize like who is my audience? I do want to talk to young girls. I want to make sure they have the best outcome. One, it's like I'm talking to my younger self when I'm talking to young girls. And then I realize I have 2 daughters. So I'm talking to my daughters ultimately. And this is advice that I would tell my young daughters. I cannot tell a young girl to go out there, live your life, go date a bunch of guys, have a bunch of sexual experiences. I can't tell that to young girls because I would not tell that to my daughter. And you guys bear with me as I learn this technology because I'm going to get better. Trust me. Okay. So this is the last video we'll react to by Anton Daniels. and it's called dun, 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 dun. What is it called? It's like a CDC warning, so I can't even see the title. Men in Houston giving everyone HIV. You see, this is another problem. One man could just keep spreading around with all these different women and spreading it. And then I heard that it's harder for women to give men HIV than it is for men to give a woman HIV.
I know y'all think life is a game, like, but in all seriousness, in the past week, I done had several patients coming in finding out that they're HIV positive. And y'all keep making these posts and these jokes, and it's not funny. Like, this shit is ruining people's lives from their early 20s to even as old as 50 years old. Stop playing. It's not funny. It's nothing funny about it. Years old. In the past week, I done had several patients coming in finding out that they're HIV positive. And y'all keep making these posts and these jokes, and it's not funny. Like, this shit is ruining people's lives from their early 20s to even as old as 50 years old. Stop playing. It's not funny. It's nothing funny.
Ain't nothing funny about AIDS. I don't think I've ever heard a joke funny about AIDS. Like, who's joking about that?
Funny about it. And you want to know what's so crazy? I seen a video of this gay dude on TikTok. He's a viral dude bragging about how he just moved to Houston and he just met somebody baby daddy, somebody trade, somebody thug drug dealer, and he let him the shit out of him first night because he grown and all of that, and he sent him on about his way. Y'all think this is funny?
No.
You know how many download men it is out here playing? It's not funny. Ladies, strap up.
Listen. Two things that I've always been deathly afraid of. I ain't never been afraid of another man doing anything to me. I've never been afraid of ever going broke because I always knew that I had work ethic. But two things that I was 100% sure of that I would never, ever put myself in a position to be. And that's ever be a person that got somebody pregnant by mistake or have a kid out of wedlock. And the other thing was I was never, ever going to put myself in a position to get a disease from somebody because I can control these things. I was looking at the presidential debate, and I also know that the Democratic Party is spending a lot of time advocating for and pushing the whole narrative about abortion because it's an emotional subject.
And what you mean by HIV, not AIDS? To me, is the same thing. No? Blue 23, welcome.
And it touches a lot of people for whatever reason, but I never understood it because it's something that I can control. I can control who I have sex with. I can control, whether or not I strap up. I have so many preventative measures, including abstinence. If I was just out here in these streets, including abstinence. And I'm very much, listen, if I was single, I am very much okay with just being by myself because from what I'm seeing out here, and I don't even know why everybody is moving to Houston. How did Houston literally?
Yo, shout out to Houston though, because my husband was talking about moving to Houston. I heard it's beautiful. I've never been. But Ann says you can have HIV and not have AIDS. Oh no, Ann. I mean, I get it, Ann, but still, they both are just still really high up here for me.
Literally become the new Atlanta. We used to hear these.
Wait, Houston's the new Atlanta? What? I didn't even know that HIV was like heavy in Atlanta or Houston, honestly.
stories about, and I did several different shows on the Millionaire Morning Show about how the epidemic that is affecting communities in these places like Atlanta is rivaling that of a third world country as far as how many people actually have diseases. And I've also done review videos of people that's trying to normalize herpes and trying to normalize having venereal diseases and saying that they
Have they ever isolated the AIDS virus? What the heck does that mean to you? Got to put it in layman's terms. I went to public school.
got freakier as a result of then learning of their disease. And it's almost like, where the fuck are we living? Are we genuinely living in Sodom and Gomorrah? And everybody that was down there in Atlanta.
That is what it's given. Like I see certain videos on the internet and I'm like, oh, okay, this is like modern day Babylon. I didn't know it would look like this. When you hear stories from the Bible, it's like you didn't know. I didn't know. Well, I didn't know it would have so much like technology and like be so covert, I guess.
Atlanta over there, moved to Houston, and y'all so busy talking about how lit it is in Houston. Lit, yeah, y'all burning. I've done several shows about how basically a lot of people are giving each other 2-for-1s. You get herpes and you get chlamydia.
Oh,
and then I
no.
also seen the epidemic that
Oh, no. And if you're just joining, this is just a PSA to young girls to stop living your life. Don't. It's herpes, it's HIV, it's AIDS out here. To 25th Dynasty writes, I think AIDS is what happens when sick people go to the doctor and get told they have AIDS, and then they take the drugs doctor give them. Possibly. Possibly. And honestly, if anybody gets the diagnosis that they have herpes, HIV, AIDS, I would say take the first trip to Honduras, go to that Sabi rejuvenation center there and let them heal you, or reach out to Yaki Awaken.
is associated with HIV, and people are just really seeing it through. A, without strapping up. B, having sex before you get married, and getting pregnant and passing it on to their children. And then C, they're not even worried about the person that they associated with. Y'all don't know them. Y'all not tripping. The chicks is not requiring for dudes to strap up. It's a small minority of men that's populating the majority of the, getting the majority of the women pregnant. And then, I seen Mocha Fest popping off down there, and y'all was just doing any and everything. And don't you know that this is going to ruin the rest of your life? I mean, maybe they found a cure that I'm not aware of. And this woman is a nurse. Maybe they found a cure that I'm not aware of, and everybody got the cure, and so nobody is worried about it. I came up in an era where I seen, because I was born in 82, I'm an 80s baby, and I came up in an era where, for whatever reason.
Shout outs to the 80s babies. To ask, what's the name of the video playing? This is men in Houston giving everyone HIV. When woman says, be careful, not strapping up, and I can't see the full, but the video is by Anton Daniels. Now I'm just learning this technology, but if I can, I will link the video.
And we were deathly afraid of venereal diseases because we seen, especially HIV, because we seen what happened to Magic Johnson. Now, I don't know if Magic Johnson just got a miracle cure or whatever, because apparently he just walking around like ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? We used to see, I thought it was like Tom Hanks on Philadelphia. You know how he had got HIV and then it graduated over to AIDS and whatever. And then I thought y'all was also required to, if y'all got HIV, required to disclose your status, or else that's almost like attempted murder. But here we go again, year after year, day after day. When people are trying to dispute the stats as far as what's happening in Houston for people catching venereal diseases, and it's literally like an outbreak. I mean, it should be classified as an outbreak, as a pandemic in Houston and the surrounding areas, Atlanta too, but right now apparently Houston is the hot spot. And so I'm not in a rush to move out there and hang out with a bunch of people that you basically have probably a 2 in 3 chance, a 66%, 67% chance that you're associating with somebody that got a disease.
Oh no, it cannot be that high. 67%. Like, I don't know. Somebody do some fact checking on that Anton, because that is high. That's very high. And I've heard nothing but great things about Houston. So no diss to Houston. I hear it's a very beautiful place, but we gotta do better with these statistics, guys.
Or where people are saying that herpes is the norm. No, it's not in my circle. And that's another reason why I feel so comfortable and so happy. I don't have to worry about the same shit. You know, when I think about the things that y'all putting yourselves in danger of and that y'all got to go and rock out with dealing with people that you don't even know. And all of these dudes that's thinking that it's cool to talk about how many chicks that they didn't bust down. Nigga, I know you got a disease. I know you walking around with something. I know, because the odds is against you. You can't win with those type of odds in a casino. And you telling me you playing Russian roulette with your life, with your health, with your cock, and you're gonna be walking around with that junk for the rest of your life, man. Miss me with that. I'm cool. And this is another reason why I'm really, really happy that I've graduated in my life.
And look, Anton, he does a lot of content for men. You know, he's talking to the guys. I'm here, I'm talking to the ladies. I really want to see women win. I want to see women have long, successful relationships. I really want to inspire young girls to marriage, to family, if that's what they desire. And I'm sorry, I just don't think you get to that route by living your life, by telling young girls to go live your life. You want to go to school? Go to school and find your man. You want to travel? Travel with your man. Like, you can still do all of those things in relationships. So that is like I don't know. I feel like that is my new life passion, to inspire young girls to marriage if they so desire. There are some young people who don't want to get married, who they just want to focus on their careers. Do that. But if you do feel like, oh, one day I may want to be married, then you need to start thinking about that right now. Because as you can see from the 2 videos that we watched, what you do matters. Okay? Let's see what I done created a whole playlist, guys, on YouTube about young girls living their life. So let me see what video I have next. And please, like, weigh in. Like, what are your thoughts on the video? Where are you at? What's your relationship status? What's happening? Let's talk. And if anybody wants to join me in reacting to a video or just come on and have a conversation with me, let me know. I'll send you the link. Because if you know me, you know I love to run my mouth. Let's talk about it. Okay. Was this it? I think this is it.
It's gonna sound hypocritical.
Was this it? I'm sorry. Because I reacted to a video by Rihanna last week when I had no audio. I'm sorry. I think this was it. Yeah, I believe this actually wasn't the reaction video, but this is somebody else's. But it's the same context, I guess. Rihanna regrets her past, and this is the reason why. I wanted to react to this because a lot of time when we tell young girls live their life, then they be doing things that they eventually regret. All right. I promise you, I look back and I don't know if I feel like Facebook be trolling me sometimes because they'll show me pictures and videos of me from 10 years ago and 12 years ago. And I'm just like, Kim, what were you doing? Why did you think that was a good idea? And it's not nowhere near what's happening right now. I feel like now young girls are signing up to OnlyFans thinking that they won't regret that. I was not doing any of that. But still, it's pictures that I'm like, why are you in your pajama shorts with your head embarrassing? And I'm like, why is Facebook showing me this embarrassing ass memory from 10 years ago? But I thought that was cool. I thought that was cute. I digress. So let's get into this video.
Credit, but oh shit, because I did so much shit in my life.
And let me just say, I love me some Rihanna, okay? Like, I love how down to earth she is. She is somebody I want to be friends with in real life. But let's hear what she got to say because she's done some questionable things that I'm looking at like, whoa, Rihanna, you just gonna come outside completely naked? Okay.
I have my nipples out, I have my panties out, but now those are the things, like, I guess as a mom and like an evolved young lady, young, emphasis on young.
Yeah.
There's just things that I just feel like I would never do, or I'm just like, oh my God, I really did that? Nips out.
And that's what it is. You got.
I'm sorry, I'm not even gonna let you talk. It's Moms at Night. But, and there it is. You see? And you see how this came full circle for why is my title Moms at Night? I'm talking to young girls who don't have kids yet. But this is why. When you are a mom, you will regret those things. I assure you. All right. I was reading my daughter's journal the other day, and not my daughter, 6 years old. She wanted me to read her journals and hilarious stories. But she was one of the journal entries. She was talking about something my husband had told her that he did when he was younger. And I bet he wished he never told her that story because that was in her journal. But it's just certain things that when you are a parent, you don't want your kids finding out. So it's like when we're young and we're just having fun and living life, I don't think we're thinking about the future. You know, we don't have the vision to see beyond where we are right now. So that is my movement. I feel like I've been talking this point to death, and I'm sorry. But I really do hope I reach some girl. Angie, you made a great point. It's called Moms at Night. So maybe young girls are not watching a channel called Moms at Night. But maybe you'll see this clip, young girl, and I'm talking to you. Don't live your life with your husband and your family. All right. That is all. And I think that was the last of the videos that I wanted to react to. Honestly, I don't even need to hear what anybody else has to say. Andrew, you laughing at me? Let's see. So I'm gonna leave the topic of living your life. That is it. If anybody has anything to weigh in on. Oh, one question I do have is now me, I'm talking to young girls because I was a girl. I have daughters, I also have sons, but it's like I don't know if it's because I'm a woman, I'm always thinking about young girls and what I could have done differently and what I wish I would have done differently. But do you think it's a double standard when it comes to boys? Because will I tell my sons to live their life? That I don't know. I'm still trying to navigate because I don't think I would want them having a bunch of different experiences before they settle down either. However, ladies, how many ladies actually want, a guy that is inexperienced in relationship and in other aspects of their life? So, is there a double standard? Is there a double standard? And let me see if I can put that on the screen because I'm trying out my technology. Let's see. While you guys answered that question, I'm going to see if I can put it on the screen. And thank you for everybody that tuned into Moms at Night. I know it's really late on a Wednesday, so thank you if you are up watching and commenting and supporting me. I really do appreciate it. Trust me. I would do the same thing, I guess, if I was just here talking to myself and making it up, but I really appreciate you not leaving me to talk to myself. Angie, I'm talking to you. I think you're my last viewer. The last viewer said that I appreciate you. I don't even know how to get it on the screen. Who are they going to gain that experiences from, if not from a woman or a girl, hopefully? Well, what I'm asking is, do you wait until you're in relationship? Like, let's say you're, if you have a religious background, you wait. They say to wait until marriage. So it's like you'll have those experiences with your significant other. And for me, to me, like young girls, if you're with your husband and you are experiencing perfect. I don't think having multiple experiences with men helps you to become a better mate to a man, you know? Because what one man likes, another may not. However, with women, with men talking to young men, dealing with women, do you tell your son? And actually, yeah, do you tell your son to go out, have different experiences, and learn women better? Or is it you learn those experiences in your one relationship or one marriage? I added this question. I wanted it on the screen. It's just bothering me that I cannot. I don't know where it was at. No, that's not it. I can add her overlay. All right. I don't know where it's at. Wait, is this it? No. Nope, nope, nope. This is gonna drive me crazy, but I have to leave it. Somebody answer my question so I can stop bothering StreamYard. And I've been on for 50 minutes. I like to go an hour, but I think I'm going to end it here because that was all the videos that I had to react to. Again, thank you so much for tuning into Moms at Night. That may be renamed to something else. I have a name in mind, but I'm not even gonna say it yet because I'll be doing too much. But I'll see you next week, possibly the same time or a little different. It depends what time these kids go to bed. Bye.